So our team is riding on the big bike for Heart and Stroke. If you want to donate to us, because remember, I don't charge anything to send you daily videos. I would love a donation. It's for a good cause. It doesn't come to us. I'm going to put the link down below in the paragraph. So we have 27 on the Toronto system. Then we have one more on the Ortis system, and it's from an agent in Cambridge, because a lot of the Ortis stuff happens west. So if there's an agent from Guelph, Cambridge, Burlington is very common. They're just going to put it on the one system. I think there's real value in having a listing on both systems. And I've seen more often than not when one is only, especially on Ortis, because that's I don't even know how many members, 10,000 members. Treb is 50,000 members. It's almost half the provinces on the Toronto Real Estate Board. You have to be there. I mean, pretty much wherever you are. Even if you list a home in cottage country, you better believe you'd be putting it on Treb, I think anyway. But let's talk about some homes. So this home on McDermott is back with, I mean, let's be honest here. That clearly looks staged. I mean, who has permanent furniture that basically is 2 dining room chairs, plus like a kid's table off in the corner? So everything's kind of off on scale. It's not a bad looking home. I think the price is really good. Let me just check and see if they're holding back on offers. Yeah, offers anytime. $500,000. This is the price for this home. Like, we're talking like late 2015. Like, that's where this is right now. So I don't know, man. I think this is a great deal with offers anytime. See, here's the new thing that's happening is, people know the whole hold back on offer. They get it. Then offers anytime. But then some people kind of think, well, it might still go for more. The new thing seems to be, and I've heard brokerages actually tell this to their agents to do, is put it at the low number. And then let's say, and I'm not saying this would happen with this one, I haven't been involved in any negotiations, but let's say something like this is $499 or another one at $750 or whatever. They're going to have it at this price. You're going to send a $499 offer. They're going to go, no, actually I wanted $570 for it. That is happening out there. So it's a really weird time. We've got, kind of old market models combining with new market models. And we even have a listing in this list, if you remember we talked about last week, where the cooperating fee, typically a buyer comes to buy a home. I work with a buyer. They make an offer on a home. I'm typically paid 2.5% of the value of the home as, I guess, compensation for cooperating with the listing agent and the seller. Sometimes we're seeing 3%. There's one in today's list that's offering 4% commission, which just shows how difficult it is today to get a buyer. So it's not impossible, but it's a lot harder than it used to be. So this is the one here, Edwards, 714.9. They're given a 4% out, but here's the other thing is that Irving Terrace is listed for $65,000 less. So how do you want it? At the end of the day, I think that, it's a beautiful house. It's well kept. It's well staged. The lights have been replaced. I push that all the time to people, and they say, well, my lights are fine. Not when you see a different light. You can definitely tell the difference. And then you've got a well-done finished basement. That's a bit of a bold tile choice. And the yard looks great too. So this is about a 1,500 square foot home with a finished basement. You can, I guess, park 2 cars side by side. And this model on deep lots sold maybe a month and a half ago for about $750 or so. So it's still, historically speaking, a pretty strong value. So 731 Poplar should probably put a 7 on their address before they consider listing. My favorite place to go for custom address signs is Muse Studio and Market on Main Street. Lena is fantastic. Her staff's amazing. So this is in Drury Park. There's 4 streets in Drury Park. Kind of a not as well-known area, but it's the only area in town, in my opinion, that I'll call it the more mature audience would want to go. if they don't want a condo. So it's all bungalows, bungalofts here. There's 190 something of them. There's a small road maintenance fee, but other than that, it's pretty much freehold. This is a good downsizing home. It also has a bedroom and a bathroom on the second level, which is great for guests, or it's also good for kids that kind of bounce back in. You know what happens? You find people on the brink of retirement, then the son or daughter comes in and says, hey, you know what? Getting divorced, and they need a place to live. And so to get back on their feet, that's a common thing that we see. It's not pleasant, but it happens all the time. So homes like this on Gronke, here's the thing. This is 1,600 square feet with a finished basement. We've seen 1,900 square foot with finished basements sell for $770. The only thing that's going to get you premium dollars right now is if you're looking good. And this home, I think, has the finishes to compete with larger homes. And the other thing about this model is that it shows, and you can see they didn't quote the square footage here because it actually, in my opinion, shows a bit bigger. And the fact that it has 4 bedrooms upstairs, normally it's 3 plus a loft, but they did 4. I think they have the goods to compete with some of the ones right around the 800 mark. I like that. How it looks in person, I have no idea, but it definitely stands out amongst everything else out there. I think it looks great. And side-by-side parking, long driveway. We've talked about this on Daily Homes. It doesn't give you a significant value. No one's going to say, well, I'll give you $20,000 extra for that. But it can be a strong selling feature. It's the same as being close to something good. Facing parks sometimes does not. Backing onto a park or backing onto green space, that's a value booster. But if you're facing something, it makes it easier to sell, but you don't always see the change in price. So last one I'm going to show is on Caves Court. So just up Martin. If you're not paying attention, you probably drive past this street a whole bunch of times. Got a nice little street here. It's a really, like, all the homes are beautiful. Everyone takes good care of their homes. There it is right there. 2-story. We just saw one on Robertson that sold for, what'd they get? $1.2 million for that. Been a couple of $1 million ones that aren't even, in my opinion, that nice. One on Robertson. There's been a couple other ones. We have a great one on Sunnyvale for the same price, $899. This one I think has real potential, as does Sunnyvale. I'll put the link down below to that. I think that's going to be in tomorrow's video because we launched it basically this morning, and then we did a sneak preview on it yesterday. So if you caught that, 606sunnyvale.com. And so do you like how I'm hijacking talking about this home with one that we're listing? That's how we roll. A bit of a sunken family room here. And then you've got your upstairs. Carpet looks like it's fuzzy and been replaced. Your bedrooms have upgraded hardwood floors. And I believe there's a finished basement too. It's a nice sized property. The bathroom looks good. It's a very, very nice home. Great street. I mean, even Caves Court, it's mostly actually, I would say, older that lives here, but it's the perfect street. If we go back to the map, it's a dead-end street, so it's great for bike riding, you know, all hockey, that kind of thing. Fantastic. So there we go. That's the list, and as always, we're here for you. If you have any questions, reach out to us. If you want to see anything in today's list, you know we're definitely there for you. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.